You want financial freedom? Act like it. Welcome to Dr. Eric T. Motivation Corner. Let me say something most people are scared to tell you. You don't want financial freedom. You like the idea of it. You like the Instagram quotes. You like the millionaire podcasts. You like watching luxury cars on YouTube. But your habits scream broke. And until your actions match your ambition, you will stay exactly where you are. Collision reality, check. You say you want freedom, but you spend like you're rich. You eat out every weekend. New clothes every month. New phone before you need one. Subscriptions you don't even use. And then you say, I just need more money. No, you need more discipline. Brain, calm down. Let's be honest. Financial freedom is not emotional, it's mathematical. Spend less than you earn. Increase your skills. Increase your value. Invest consistently. Delay gratification. That's IT and no magic and secret club. Just discipline repeated for years. But you don't want years. You want months. You want fast. And fast makes you broke. Fire micro story. Friday night trap. It's Friday. Your friends say, let's go out. You check your bank account, that it's low, but you don't want to feel left out, so you go anyway. $1.80 gone. Saturday brunch, another $1.40. Uber rides. Random spending to be wise. Sunday night you're stressed, and Monday you're saying, I need to get my money up. No, you need to get your standards up. Warning, financial freedom is boring. Nobody tells you this. It's not flashy, that it's budgeting, that it's saying no, that it's skipping what feels good now, that it's investing when it's not exciting, that it's working extra when others relax, that it's building skill while others scroll. Freedom is built in silence, but broke is loud. Bomb the broke identity. Be honest. You act like someone who respects money or someone who reacts emotionally to it. If money comes in, do you plan it or spend it? If you get extra, do you invest or upgrade your lifestyle? Because broke people upgrade lifestyle first. Free people upgrade assets first. Fire pressure rising. You want financial freedom. That means no impulsive spending and emotional purchases and I deserve it spending. You deserve wealth, but wealth doesn't come from rewards. That IT comes from restraint. Brick the skill problem. Let's get uncomfortable. What high income skill do you have? Can you sell? Can you code? Can you design? Can you lead? Can you solve problems companies pay for? Or are you just hoping your current paycheck increases? Hope is not a financial plan. Skill is. Mobile phone, the illusion trap. You see influencers making money online. You see drop shipping videos, crypto clips, side hustle reels, and you think it's easy, but you don't see the years, the failed attempts, the late nights, the learning curve. You want the outcome. Without the grind, that's not freedom, that's fantasy. Brain calm, focus. The truth about income follows value. Value follows skill. Skill follows repetition. Repetition follows discipline. And discipline follows identity. If you still see yourself as just trying to make it, you'll behave like it. But if you see yourself as someone building wealth, your decisions change. Collision explosive question. If I looked at your last 90 days of spending, would it reflect someone serious about freedom or someone serious about comfort? Because comfort and freedom rarely live together. Fire micro story. The gym membership parallel. You pay for a gym membership. You go twice, then stop, but you keep paying. That's how most people treat wealth. They like the idea. They pay attention for a moment. Then they drift and nothing changes. Freedom requires consistency. Not interest that crosswords ownership moment. Stop blaming the economy, inflation, your job, your degree, your background. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's competitive. Yes, prices are high. But complaining doesn't compound. Investing does. Learning does. Working does. Bomb the 5-year test if you continue your current habits for 5 years. Where will you be financially? Same income, same stress, same excuses, or worse. Now flip it. If for 5 years you saved aggressively, invested consistently, built one powerful skill, avoided lifestyle inflation, worked like you were obsessed, where would you be? Exactly. The difference isn't luck, that it's discipline. Fire the hard truth. Financial freedom requires sacrifice. And you hate sacrifice. You hate missing out. You hate feeling behind. You hate saying no, but you love saying, one day I'll be free. One day is built daily, not wished. Brain calm reminder. Freedom is not about flexing, that it's about options. Options to quit a toxic job. Options to move cities. Options to help your family. Options to breathe. But if your money controls you, you have no options, and no options is a trap. Collision Final Push Part 1. You say you want financial freedom? Then act like it. Track your money. Respect your money. Multiply your money. Build skills. Say no. Stay consistent. Because the truth is simple. Your spending habits show your priorities. And right now, your habits are louder than your goals. You say you want financial freedom. Good. Now let's expose the real issue. Because money is not your biggest problem. Your behavior is. Collision, the dangerous lie you keep saying, when I make more, I'll save. No, you won't. That if you can't manage $2,000 properly, you won't manage $10,000 properly. That if you can't control $100, you won't control $1,000. Income doesn't fix habits. IT magnifies them. A disciplined person with more money becomes wealthy. That an undisciplined person with more money becomes broke faster. Which one are you training to be? Firecracker micro story. The raise trap you got a raise. Instead of investing the difference, you upgraded your lifestyle. Better apartment, better car, more eating out, more subscriptions. 6 months later, same stress, just bigger bills. That's not progress, that's financial illusion. Freedom doesn't come from earning more. IT comes from keeping more. Brain calm focus. The freedom formula. Let's slow this down. Financial freedom equals spend less than you earn. Invest the difference. Increase your income through skill. Repeat for years that it's simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. And easy is what you're addicted to. Warning, your environment is making you broke. Look around you. Are your friends serious about money? Or are they serious about vibes? Do they talk about investing? Or talk about where the party is? Do they compare portfolios? Or compare outfits? Because your circle shapes your ceiling. And if everyone around you spends emotionally, you will too. Fire emotional spending is weakness. Let's call it what it is. Retail therapy. Impulse buys. I deserve this. No, you deserve stability. You deserve options. You deserve control. But control requires restraint. And restraint requires maturity. Money is not about intelligence, that it's about emotional control. Break the skill gap is killing you. You want freedom. Then build leverage. You can't rely on one paycheck forever. What skill are you sharpening at night? What are you studying after work? What are you building quietly? Or do you clock out and mentally shut down? Because wealthy people don't stop learning, they compound. Knowledge while others binge content. Bomb hard question: if your job disappeared tomorrow, would you panic or pivot? That answer tells you everything. Freedom means you are not trapped. If you're scared of losing one paycheck, you are financially fragile, and fragile is dangerous. Fire the three types of people. There are three types of people with money: consumers, earners, builders. Consumers spend everything. Earners make decent money but stay stuck. Builders invest, learn, and create assets. Which one are you acting like daily? Be honest. Brain calm moment. Asset versus liability. Most people buy liabilities first. Car loans, fancy apartments, new gadgets. Assets come last, if ever. Builders reverse that. They build assets first. Then lifestyle follows that are doing it backwards. And backwards keeps you broke. Collision to freedom illusion. You say you want freedom, but your actions say you want comfort. Freedom means waking up early to learn investing, reading instead of watching shows, saying no to unnecessary trips, saying no to flex. Culture, building something when no one is clapping. Comfort means short-term pleasure. Freedom means long-term power. Choose wisely. Firecracker micro story. The silent investor. Two friends. Same salary. Point one spends everything. The other invests 20% monthly. 5 years later. One is still renting, stressed, paycheck to paycheck. The other has options, emergency fund, investments growing, confidence rising. Same income, different discipline. That's a crossroads. Stop blaming inflation. Yes, prices are higher. Yes, rent is expensive. Yes, life costs more, but complaining won't lower it. Increasing your value will increase your income. Cutting waste will increase your margin. Most people don't need more income first. They need fewer leaks. And you're spending leaks everywhere. Fire financial discipline equals self-respect. When you track your money, you respect it. When you budget, you control it. When you invest, you grow it. But when you ignore it, you lose it. Money avoided is money lost. Brain calm clarity. Time is your weapon if you're young. Time is your greatest asset. Invest early. Learn early, build early, because time compounds, but you're wasting your 20s chasing vibes. Freedom loves early sacrifice. Regret loves late realization. Bomb the 10-year mirror. Imagine 10 years from now that you're still talking about getting serious. Still saying, I'll start investing soon. Still saying, I need to learn about money. 10 years gone, opportunity gone, time gone, and someone younger than you is already ahead because they started when you were hesitating. That sting, that's avoidable, but only if you act now. Fire, stop trying to look rich. This culture rewards appearance. Designer brands, luxury cars, big trips, but most of it debt, illusion, pressure. Real wealth is quiet. It's in accounts you don't post. It's in investments you don't brag about. And it's in freedom nobody sees. Build quiet power, not loud poverty. Brick the sacrifice season. There will be seasons where you say no to and oh to trips, and oh to unnecessary upgrades, and oh to showing off, and oh to emotional spending. That's not suffering. That's positioning. That you're positioning yourself for leverage, for power, for choice. But weak minds call that missing out. Strong minds call it building. Collision. Your habits are voting. Every dollar you spend is a vote for comfort or for freedom. Every hour you waste is a vote for distraction or for skill. Every decision counts. Stop acting like small choices don't matter. They compound. And compounding doesn't care about excuses. Brain calm ownership, let's be real. You don't hate being broke. You hate feeling behind. You hate comparing. You hate the pressure. But instead of building quietly, you try to match lifestyles, and that keeps you stuck. You don't need to match anyone. You need to master yourself. Fire final pressure wave. Part 2. You want financial freedom? Then act like someone building it. Wake up with intention. Track your money. Build skills. Increase income. Control spending. Invest consistently. Repeat. Not for a month. Not for hype. For years. Because freedom isn't a mood, it's a structure. And structure is built daily. Right now, you are either training to stay broke, or training to be free. And your bank account is recording every decision. Choose wisely. This is the line. Right here. Everything we talked about means nothing if you don't move. Because financial freedom is not a dream, it's a decision repeated daily. Collision, the brutal question: if I froze your income today, and all you had were your current habits, would you ever become free? Or are you depending on luck? Depending on one big opportunity? Depending on someday? Freedom doesn't come to people who wait. IT comes to people who prepare. Brain calm reality. You're undisciplined with money you don't have. A money problem. You have a discipline problem. You don't track your spending. You don't study investing. You don't build extra skills. You don't increase your value consistently. But you scroll financial content. You watch millionaire interviews. You talk about multiple streams of income. That's entertainment, not execution. Firecracker micro story. The silent regret: picture this, that you're 35 and bills are higher. Responsibilities heavier. You look back at your 20s that you had energy, time, freedom to experiment, but you wasted it chasing comfort. Now the pressure is bigger, the stakes are higher, and you whisper to yourself, I should have started earlier. That whisper, that's regret forming, and regret compounds faster than money. Fire the freedom. Standard financial freedom requires a new identity. Not I hope I make it, but I move different. I spend different. I think long term. I delay gratification. You can't build wealth with short-term thinking. You can't build assets with emotional spending. You can't build leverage with lazy habits. You must act like someone who respects the future. To cross swords the war between image and income. You're fighting the wrong battle, that you're trying to look successful. Instead of becoming successful, you want the car, but not the discipline. You want the lifestyle, but not the sacrifice. You want the applause, but not the grind. Image drains money. Income builds quietly. And if you keep choosing image, freedom will stay far away. Brain calm clarity. Freedom is structure. Let's strip the hype away. Freedom is an emergency fund that in toxic debt. Investments growing, skills increasing, income rising, expenses controlled. That's IT in flashy speeches and viral moments. Just structure. But structure feels boring, and you run from boring. That's why you stay broke. Bomb the 12-month shift. What if the next 12 months you acted serious? Not motivated, serious. You tracked every dollar. You cut waste. Aggressively, you learned one high-income skill deeply. You invested monthly without fail. You avoided lifestyle upgrades. For 1 year, you understand what that would do. Momentum would build. Confidence would rise. Stress would drop. Options would appear. Because discipline creates leverage, and leverage creates freedom. Fire. Stop waiting to feel ready. You're waiting for clarity. waiting for confidence, waiting for perfect timing. But money respects action, not emotion. You start messy. You learn as you go. You adjust. You improve. You stay consistent. That's how freedom grows. Not in comfort, in commitment. Brick ownership changes everything. Say it clearly. My financial life is my responsibility. Not your jobs. Not your bosses. Not the government's. Yours. When you own it, you move differently. You question every purchase. You value every hour. You invest in knowledge. You stop blaming. Ownership is heavy, but it's powerful. Collision to freedom mindset. Free people think in decades. Broke people think in weekends. Free people ask, how does this grow? Broke people ask, how does this feel? Free people focus on assets. Broke people focus on appearances. Which mindset are you feeding daily? Because your habits are voting. Every day. Firecracker micro story. The turning point one night that you're about to order something online. You don't need it. You just want it. Old you clicks by. This time, you pause. You transfer that money into investments instead. Small move, but that's the shift. That's the identity change. That's how wealth begins. Not with a jackpot, with control. Fire the real flex. The real flex isn't designer clothes. It's financial calm. That it's not panicking over bills. It's not stressing over emergencies. It's having options. Walking into work knowing you're not trapped. That's power. And power feels better than showing off. Brain calm warning: if you don't control your money, it will control you. That you'll stay in jobs you hate, that you'll tolerate environments you outgrew, that you'll say yes when you want to say no, because you can't afford freedom. And that's a prison built by habits. Bomb the final wake-up call. You don't need another year of trying. You need a year of discipline. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer excuses. You don't need more income right now. You need better decisions, because freedom is not complicated, it's consistent. Fire decision time right now. You either close this video and go back to comfort. Or close this video and restructure your financial life. Track your spending, build your skill, cut your waste, invest consistently. Repeat daily. That's the path. In O shortcuts, in O hype, in O magic, just standards. Directed final words you want. Financial freedom, act like it. Move like it. Think like it. Sacrifice like it. Because freedom is not given, that it's built. Dollar by dollar, decision by decision, year by year. And 5 years from now, you will either thank yourself or blame yourself. Choose wisely. Now go act like someone who refuses to stay broke.